Commander, it's only the middle of the month and somehow our gold and training materials are already slipping through our fingers. And I've been following our build positively plan exactly. So what's going on? Today we're doing something a little different, a mid-month check-in. Because if I'm feeling this resource squeeze, I know I'm not the only one.
Just luck, it's the plan you see how we build positively.
Welcome back, Commander, to a special mid-month edition of Build Positively, or maybe today building positivity, because we're still working through the plan and the month's not done yet. In this video, we're going to look at the core ingredients that keep our rosters growing: gold, training materials, and T4s. We'll check where these resources are sitting at the halfway mark, project where we might land by the end of the month, and talk through why mine have dropped faster than expected. I'll walk you through everything I've done so far, what I've upgraded, what decisions have drained my resources, and how those choices have translated into the resource drain we're seeing now. And of course, the rule we always come back to: your game, your rules. I'll show you if following that rule has affected my own resources this month, so you can make your plans with eyes wide open. So let's get into it. And before we go any further, Commander, if this happens to be the first video of mine you've seen, there's one motto we live by around here. It's your game, you play by your rules. If you want to build your favorite Marvel character, even if they're not in the meta, that is totally fine. I'm never going to tell you not to do that. The key is just understanding that trade-off. Because at its core, Marvel Strike Force is a resource management game. Every upgrade, whether it's a meta team or your personal favorite, pulls from that same pool of gold, training materials, T4s, gear, all of it. So if you choose to build one or two characters who are out of the meta, just know that you're spending the same resources you could have used on a team that pushes your account further forwards. And that's what Build Positively is about. I'm not telling you what to build, but I'm helping you make decisions with awareness and intent. So with that foundation in place, let's take a look at where we actually are so far this month. And let's kick this off with gold, because if you didn't catch the last Build Positively episode, we've been tracking a clear downward trend in gold income for us free-to-play players. A few months ago, we were sitting comfortably in the high 200 millions, but both September and October has dipped below the 200 million mark, with October coming in at 192 million gold. And that's worrying, because gold isn't just something we use a lot, it's something we use constantly. So where are we mid-November? Well, across the first 15 days, we have bought in 85 million gold. And if that pace continues, we're going to project around 170 million gold for the month. Now, there are some potential lifelines. We have this supposed Baxter building event next week, and it looks like we're going to have another showcase event, so we may see extra gold injected into the economy, but it's still concerning. And moving on to training materials, once again, the pattern continues. Historically, we have sat around the mid 200 million mark, but just like our gold, our training material income has dropped below the 200 million in both September and October. For mid-November, we've bought in just shy of 71 million gold's worth of training materials. So projecting forward, that's about 142 million for the month. And this is another issue, because training materials is a major bottleneck when it comes to leveling characters. A drop this big can slow down roster growth significantly. Now for the good news, it looks like the only resource which seems stable is T4s. So far this month, we've earned 2,161 T4s, which puts us right in line with previous months. No major spike, but also no major concerning dip. And if this pace holds, we'll finish November exactly where we expect it to be. Now let's quickly recap the updated Build Positively framework we introduced last month, because this is the key to understanding why our spending looks the way it does. We switched to that rotating 6-day build plan. In this system, we take one character from level 1 to level 105 over 6 days. And this applies even if we've already invested in them, because skipping days is going to equal saving resources. We chose 6 days because the average month has 30.42 days in it, allowing us to comfortably build 5 characters per month, which lines up with the release cadence. Now I know some of you are thinking, but what if you unlock someone like Thunderstrike or Blue Marvel? And honestly, I don't have the perfect answer yet. I'm going to cross that bridge when I get there, and when I do, I will tell you what I'm doing. For now, the 6-day rotation is the structure. Now, when we wrapped up our last episode, our resources looked solid. We had 72 million gold in reserve, and our training mats equaled about 125 million golds worth. That was a comfortable reserve for the plan. But here's where things have taken a turn. After finishing Living Mummy on November the 15th, my resource bank was telling me a very different story. I'd spent 36 million golds worth of training materials, but the real alarm bell, my gold had dropped to 9.72 million. In 15 days, I'd not only spent my entire gold income, but I'd ate into my reserve by 63.5 million. And that's when I said, okay, something isn't right here. So I went back to my plan. We projected 170 million golds worth of training material costs over the month. And so far, we'd spent 104 million, which seemed totally fine. But our gold still wasn't adding up. We've earned 85.5 million, and we've spent 149 million. The pace cannot continue. And the answer was daily spending that I didn't properly account for. Things like equipping gear, leveling abilities, star rank upgrades, G20 upgrades of either new or existing characters. And from my sheet, these hidden costs add up to about 28 million gold. And that's just on 3 characters. And that's what's draining the gold. Not the leveling plan alone, but all the extras that come with building the characters for this game. So is our current build positively strategy sustainable? And right now, no, it's not. Not with this gold economy. Just building 5 characters a month, not including unlocking them, adding stars, G20 upgrades, or even your 1,000 gold alliance donation requires 212 million gold. So getting that mid 200 million per month was actually right where we needed it to be. And realistically, we needed more. So what are my options? Well, I could start skipping teams, but honestly, that would kill my enjoyment of the game. One of the things I love most about Marvel Strike Force is watching my roster grow. I don't mind being a month or so behind the big spenders. I like playing almost every game mode except Blitz. And outside of this gold and training material blip, I think the game is actually in a pretty good place. Is it the same game it used to be? No, it's evolved. And I'll talk more about that in a video later this week. So Commander, if you've been feeling the resource squeeze too, I hope this breakdown helps you understand not just what's happening, but why it's happening and what adjustments we might need to make going forward. The build positively framework is still strong, but it needs tuning to match the new resource economy. Won't you let me know down in the comments below how your month is going, what resource you're struggling with the most, and what changes you're thinking of making. And as always, remember, it's your game, you play by your rules. Thanks for watching, Commander, and I'll see you in the next one.